It was 2010, 2011, that first snow. I got to know my neighbours really, because we were all out trying to free up we're on the cul-de-sac there, so if any bit of snow comes, we're out and we're clearing a track through so we can get in and out. A few of the cars in our estate were just covered over completely. I had a picket fence all around, and you could just see the tops of the picket fence. There's a wall dividing our street and MacWilliam at the other side, and that's about probably 8 foot high, and the snow was just about 2 foot from the top of that, so that'll give you an idea. We got the shovels and then we all started working together. My next door neighbour, he's from Brazil, so he came out and he had a friend of his was staying in the house with him as well. I suppose it was like old school, everybody just did it themselves, you know. They got out, and I suppose there should be a bit more of that as well nowadays, because a lot of people tend to sit back and wait for somebody else to come and do it. But most of the homeowners along my side of the street are from India. They're great, like they're great community spirit, and their kids are really. They're like old school, friendly, polite, and they greet you, shout out your name when they see you.
Hello, my name is Dylan Warner and I live in Sundale Park, and what I'm doing here today is I'm here in an interview about the snow. So when it starts snowing, the snow started coming on a Wednesday, then it was a bit light on the Wednesday, then come Thursday it was really high, so fortunately we had no school. So the first thing everyone on the road did was woke up, got dressed, had their breakfast and ran straight out for the snow. And we had a really fun time on the first day because we built a big igloo. The next couple of days we had ice ball fights, like we had snow ice, bits of ice in them. There was people that couldn't get out of their houses because of the snow, because of how high it was. It was pretty high. And so we went around with shovels digging up everywhere so that people could come out. My mum and my mum's friend, they even walked down to Lidl to get stuff for them because they couldn't get out of the house. And one of those people, they couldn't get out. They could get out of the house, but they weren't able to because their husband had to have a rib surgery. So it was a very tough time for them. So we helped them first so that they were done with. Then we started digging down the road so that we could go driving again. Everyone had a brilliant time. I think that if the snow came back again, it'd be the best thing ever because then I'd get to experience that again, and some of you might be able to too.
Hi, I'm Chloe McCarthy. I'm from Jobstown in Tallaght, and in the big snow we got off school for a couple of days, which was great, while I was supposed to be doing my mocks, so yeah, extra study time. We all decided to go down to Lidl in Tallaght beside the stadium the next day to kind of top up on supplies for some of the elderly neighbours and some of the younger neighbours as well. A group of about 15 of us went down with bags, sleighs, whatever else we could carry. And once we got shopping in for everyone, we kind of had to look at everyone's list and do a little race for a slice of bread or a roll. Once we did it though, we felt great to feel like the sense of community again after all that. They were kind of delighted. They didn't think they'd get that help from the community after what was happening, but they did, and it kind of cheered everyone up.
My name is Marie Corr. I live in Jobstown in Tallaght. I've been living there for 22 years in November. A lot of neighbours got together and shovels and things like that. A lot of people contacted me because they would know me from my previous role as a councillor to see if we could organise diggers. Every road in the estate, everyone got out with shovels and sweeping brushes and everything they could get their hands on to move the snow, to make a way for people to get out so that they could get moving again, to work, to college, to shops for necessary things, hospital appointments, things like that. It was a real good community spirit, people getting together, meeting one another for the first time in ages. Maybe they're used to saying hi to one another on the way in and out of work or whatever. It was kind of a contagious thing. People saw people digging the road. Nobody was even digging their driveway necessarily, they were digging the road so the cars could get up and down. The driveways came later. That was another job, but it was done, you know, for people who couldn't do it, you know. The connections, I think, have stayed there. There's a better response or something. It's, you know, oh, someone, you know, people help one another to do things, you know, in my experience, but that's just in my direct neighbourhood, you know. Tallaght gets more than its fair share of negative publicity. I mean, positive stuff doesn't sell in newspapers. I've learned that in my time as being a county councillor in the area for 10 years. Things have happened over the past 15 years in terms of infrastructure, things that have been built in the area, and there's something here to, apart from the community, because the community spirit was always there. Even when there was nothing else in Tallaght, there was always a really good community spirit. People who were here way before me would tell you that. People get together and work together really well. I have two teenagers who feel very connected to Tallaght. That's where their home is, you know. And you find when you travel, because we travel a lot, people say they're from Dublin. My two always say Tallaght before they say Dublin. You know, they're from Tallaght. That's where they're from, you know.
My name's Quiva. I'm from Jobstown. A big huge lump of snow going all the way up the wall, and I didn't know what it was. And then I jumped on it, and then I didn't know how deep it was, and I went up to here, and it was really cold as well.
My name is Susan Lynch from Sundale Road, and I've been living in Tallaght for the last 15 years. About 3 days into the snow, we realised that we need to start making our way out. Of course, my elderly Labrador decided she was going to have a bad day, and she started to get very sick as the day went on. So I rang the vet, and the vet said there was no way that they were going to leave my house, you know, they were going to come up to the house. So we panicked because the dog's getting worse. You know, she's 14. So the vet just said, give her water, give her chicken, do what you have to do. And like, we'd no food left. So we were outside and we were digging, and the whole neighbourhood had come together. Everybody decided we were going to go out and dig. And I got speaking to two ladies, and I was quite upset at this stage because I didn't know if my dog was going to make it through the night. So, you know, they were very sympathetic, and they disappeared. And then they came back about 5 minutes later armed with shovels and a few people from their road, and they all started digging. And they got my car out, but we got to the point where the car was out of the driveway, but we were stuck from that. So a load of lads came up, and they literally pushed the car all the way out down the end of the road to the roundabout with the dog in the car. And we managed then to get to the vet and saved her life. So yeah, that was, we still have her. She's on borrowed time now, but we still have her, you know. So that was a great thing that happened. I'm 15 years up in my house, and I would know my immediate neighbours. And then when the snow went, you know, people that would walk past your house, you know, normally, suddenly started smiling at you and saying hello, and, you know, and how did you get on, and thanking, you know, it was just, there was suddenly a bit of a community spirit again. People who never spoke to you know, neighbours who lived next door and never spoke to each other are suddenly everyone's friends again, which we had a few years ago, but, you know, with the property boom and everything, there was a lot of new neighbours and stuff, so people kept themselves to themselves, and they were thinking, well, this is Tallaght, you know, you have to watch who you're talking to. But suddenly everything changed with the snow, and what started as a disaster turned out as, you know, it was a good thing at the end.
My name is Yemi Ojo. A lot of people call me Auntie Yemi, the only Auntie Yemi in Tallaght. I live in Jobstown. The experience with the Storm Emma really made me to love my community more. The mess became a message. People became to know each other. Like, there's a neighbor across from me that I never knew her before the storm. because of the snow and people were all coming out to support one another. I didn't even know she was also married to a Nigerian, and she was right across from me. A lot of gentlemen that came to clear the road, I just felt I cannot just leave them. I didn't know them, but I went in, boiled a kettle of water, and then brought tea, biscuits, and I carried it, and they were all having tea and coffee and biscuits. So it was lovely. I didn't know these people before, but we all live on the same road. It was a great experience. It was challenging, especially for people that don't have enough food at home. We improvised with everything. Even what my mom taught me came to help me out, because I made use of my oatmeal. I blend some to make like pap, and made some pepper soup, the spicy African soup, and we all had a good time. And because I have young adults in the house, in order for it not to be boring, I became the comedian. I just dance in the snow, make different videos in the snow, and my son brought out his guitar. They were playing, and my other daughters were videoing me. We made it fun. I hope disaster will not be the only thing that will bring us together. I'm really looking forward to us doing something again that will lead us into interacting in a more positive way as well. So out of a negative situation, there comes a positive experience that one will keep forever. I'm looking at the positiveness in Jobstown, that we have a lot of young people that are doing well. I really want us to celebrate them and appreciate them and acknowledge them. We have lovely families as well. So it was quite a great experience during the Storm Emma. Yeah, Storm Emma.
My name is John and I'm from Tallaght. I'm here to discuss the happenings of the bad snow up around in the Tallaght area. It was very devastating and it was very hard on people, but I did find one thing, that the community actually came together to help each other out. Now, it started when it got really bad, that you let it die off, but one or two people started coming out early in the morning. And as it progressed along the roads and more people woke up, they came out and they helped. And in a short time period, there was an awful lot of people working together. Now, there's new people, old people, different kinds of people, workers, non-workers, but everybody tuned in together to clean up the estate, which was very good. It really was very good. And not realising is that you read out the reports in the paper, the amount of activity that people helped each other with. I mean, there was even situations where the shops stayed open, which I thought was very good, because without the local necessity of the local shops and the staff that ran the shops, they have the food there for the people. I mean, it mightn't seem a lot to most people that had stocked up on the food, but to the people who hadn't and the older people, it was a form of a way to get out from feeling boxed in with the snow. So you could actually make your way down to the shops and have a little natter here and there with people and just brighten up their day. And then to go back home then and just even have a cup of tea and feel like that they're not snowed in or anything like it, just a little bit of comfort to help them along. But it did bring a great sense of community together. I mean, I went out myself, my wife and my daughter, and we cleaned the road to the neighbours, and we met people we never met before. And we just all came out and we just bonded. Then, as I said, reading the papers, I mean, there was good examples of people helping. Like, there's a case on the Jobstown Road where people came out to help the ambulance, and the ambulance got stuck. And people came out in freezing weather to help their ambulance out that road. Now, that is seriously a lot of commitment, When you're walking down the road and you can see people, you nod to each other now and you'll say hello, and it's very good. They did build up a good community. And people know they can rely on each other too, if anything goes wrong, to help each other. Yeah, we made a very strong bond in the neighbourhood. Tallaght is a good area. There's always good stuff going on within Tallaght, It's not, a lot of it's not really highlighted, but if you look for it, it is there. There's a lot of community activities there. Really is a lot.
I help people dig out their gardens. And we had snowball fights. I'd go out and play and help people again if they need help.
My name is Robert Miles. I'm 40. I live in Sundale Park in Tallaght. For me, the personal story was like I'm here to talk about the community spirit. During that week, actually, I personally actually went through a lot. I actually had an operation. On the Monday I was in hospital, I had a total hip replacement. So that was Monday the 26th of February, unbeknownst to myself within 2-3 days how bad the snow was going to be. And it just showed how a fantastic community, spirit, and just care and love that one human can have with another. I was very fortunate that I got out of the hospital on Thursday morning. I was home Thursday lunch, literally as the red alerts were in high alert. When I actually got to the house and the ambulance we got stuck in the snow. My next door neighbour Darren, one of the lads from down the road, actually spotted, seeing what happened. They helped us and they pushed us up. I managed to get out of the snow. We had provisions, but we didn't have a lot, and we were very fortunate. The kids, neighbours, all the parents, everyone just helped in. They just dug in. They helped everyone, you know. Our street was basically a no-go. You couldn't get out, let alone not even out your driveway, out your road. You couldn't get out, you know. And obviously we were snowed under, and because of the hip, I was immobile basically. A couple of the kids, I remember Killian, I remember Rachel's 2 sons, they're one of our neighbours down the road. They all popped in and they said, you know what, geez, we better help out this lad. Human spirit was amazing. And it was really overwhelming, like the community spirit, it was just fantastic, you know. It made you proud, made you very proud, very, very proud.
My name is Cian Nagel and I live on Sundale Park Road. We were out of school for 2 weeks. I was helping a neighbour shovel out his snow because his cars and his whole driveway was all blocked up, and my friend Paul and my friend Quiva, they all came along and helped me out, dig them out, and my mum too. We all had fun digging out because, well, snow, and we started picking up snowballs and started throwing at each other, and then we started shoveling out more, and it was so much fun. I stayed and shoveled, and then all the people started came out, and some people were like who used to never talk to each other now are good friends because the snow, and it's the whole point of the snow, like bringing each other together and having fun.
My name is Nigu Kuruvela. This was my first experience of such a huge snow. Monday onwards, what I saw was like people worked like a clockwork. Even the kids, my small children, they came up and started digging snow out. This was the first time I saw many of my far neighbors, probably, you know. We made tea for each other. We had learned more of each other. Everyone looked after their neighbors. It was a good experience, a wonderful experience. The respect for each other, the trust for each other. There is a lot more of bad publicity that you can hear of Tallaght, but you don't get to see the goodness of Tallaght. Tallaght probably is one of the best multicultural suburb in Dublin. What I found is in Tallaght, people care more for each other, you know. It's probably more so because after the snow, yes, that you recognize your neighbors better. You get to know more of them, you know. Probably snow helped.